Welcome back guys, as ever it is amazing to see you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is a great opportunity to do it and turn the notifications on, and you will be updated when I sporadically update videos. I don't do them every Monday, I don't do them every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday. I do them as and when they come basically, so apologies for the inconsistencies, but hopefully you find the content useful. So today I wanted to talk about a new product by Tether Tools. Well, it's not new, it's been out a little bit now, and it's called the on-site power adapter. And what this little gadget does, it effectively gives us power on site, and we utilize the power from one of these guys, which is a D-tap battery. So this setup I've got at the moment, so at the moment my Mac is currently being driven by this D-tap battery, so that's giving me charge to my Mac. It's also charging my mobile phone, it's also charging my iPad. You can see that's charging, and it's also charging this guy here. So if I unplug this, you'll see that it's running from this battery here. Cable's just running down by the back of me. Now, in terms of how this works, you obviously have, and I'll show you that this is legitimately powering it. So let me switch it back on. So obviously you have your D-tap battery here. As I pull this out, everything else will power down. You can see it's all stopped charging. So this is a D-tap battery, and these are hugely used in the video industry. It's a huge battery cell, okay? So this is basically gonna give us 14.8 volts, 150 watts. It's pretty impressive. And the reason you need these in videos is because most of the gear you use, from lighting to cameras, they drain a lot of energy because they're such high performing pieces of equipment. So you need batteries like this. Your smaller batteries like your NFP, all those sort of guys just won't cut it, so you have to have something like this. Now this is slowly starting to come more and more into the photography side of the world. Now what this will utilize, especially using this bit of kit, is if you go out onto location, you can basically power all of the equipment you have. So for instance, I am a shooter that uses tethering, so I always tether when I do portrait stuff. Now if I go out to a remote location, I'm always going to be limited to the amount of power that's in my Mac or being able to get to a power source. Now say for instance I do a day's shooting and I've also got Capture One running in the background, I'm tethering, you know, I've got the screen up quite bright because there's glare from the sunshine. All of these factors are going to drain the battery down and give me less time to shoot. So the last thing I want to do is be caught on location with no battery or no ability to tether, because then I have to switch to an SD card. So by using a D-tap battery and this new bit of kit that I've got attached to the back, and you can see everything's all wired into it, and I'll unplug them all slowly, drag all those guys out, pull the USBs out as well. By using this guy here, what I'm allowed to do is I can take the power from a D-tap battery. Now that's amazing because these carry so much energy. Now for instance, if I was going to go out on location, rather than having to worry about, you know, when am I going to get the next bit of juice from so I can continue running my setup, and that could be lights, it could be charging mobile phones, it could be charging speakers, it could be charging your Mac. I could take a couple of these with me on site, knowing that I've got enough power to be able to get, you know, a full recycle on my Mac, going to be able to charge my mobile phones and my tablets. So, you know, I'm pretty much covered. You know, being remote doesn't stop me being able to use the equipment I would use in a studio, which is amazing, and it all comes from using this guy here. So you can see in terms of its design, it's relatively simple. Has a tail that comes out the side, which then will run into the D-tap itself. You've got two inputs, which are amazing. So depending where you are in the world, these will work for European, US, UK, all the rest of it, which is great. You know, I can plug my Mac charger directly into here. I can charge the light, which is this guy here. So this is just running a quite, you know, a low wattage LED. But the fact that I can do this, and I can also run more powerful pieces of equipment. So if I just switch that on, I need the battery attached to it. So yeah, I can basically, using, you know, a traditional 3-pin, I can plug this guy into here, as you see. There we go, and we start utilizing the battery from here, which you know, I just think is, switch that on, plug that in. There we go, and we're up and running basically. So I could do this, you know, with multiple lights if needed, and even more powerful lights. This is a relatively weak light, but if I wanted a more powerful light to run off D-taps and it doesn't have the adapter, then I could do it. So it means in terms of being on location, I don't have to worry about power, which is normally a crippling factor. So this little guy here is amazing, and I'll just talk you through sort of as it is. You've got the 3 pins, as I said, which will work, you know, UK, US, European, you've got that on there. Comes with this little bracket, which means if you're using one of the aero table setups, you can slide it onto the back and it's well attached on there. But it is really light itself. It's also fan cooled, so as it's converting the energy from here and being able to distribute it to other devices, it's got a fan which will help it keep cool. You then down the side have 4 USB ports. Now these are great for mobile phones, tablets, you name it. You've got the ability to charge them all. So if I'm out on location, I'm shooting, and my client, or the person I'm working with, their mobile phone's running low, plug it into here, and it's all those little elements that just make you be, come across as you're such better prepared for any situation, and that builds confidence. And with confidence, the long-term effect of that is you can ask for a higher premium in terms of what you charge, because people have more confidence that they know you can deliver, and you've got all the kit to be able to facilitate that. You've got an on-off button just there on the side, and that is pretty much the basic design of it. But what this does is it allows us to take the power from this, as I say, and we can use it absolutely anywhere. I've been using it recently, and I can't fault it. I think it's amazing in terms of its versatility. Of course, you can use power banks. Some of them are massively expensive, and some of them don't have the ability to work with 3 pins. They'll only let you use a USB. This is going to allow you to draw much more energy, and that's going to give you the ability to power up things like a Mac and things like that, especially when, like I say, tethering on location. So massive thanks for Tether Tools for sending this to me. I'm hugely in love with it, not just for shooting in a setup like this, but just the ability to be able to take this as a resource and use its power, because otherwise you get crippled out on location. So huge thanks to Tether Tools, really appreciate it. Well worth investing in, especially if you've got any V-Lock batteries and you've had a sort of experience in the video industry and you know how useful V-Locks are. This is going to give you the ability to take that resource and use it elsewhere. If you're new to V-Lock batteries and D-tap and things like that, it's a great accessory to add to your kit, because it will allow you to do so much more in terms of getting out to remote locations and be able to shoot. So thank you ever so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all again soon sometime. Take care. Bye bye.